Here is my Bluetti AC 200P on the Bluetti cart under a Ziploc bag, and the Bluetti is actually tied down or secured to the cart. So what you're looking at here is my mobile power system, basically with a rain cover in case it rains. You can kind of see some of the ropes tying it down there. We'll get to that. But yeah, I did drag the unit across the grass here, and it stayed on the cart very nicely. There is some flex in this setup that I have, but I wanted to show you it covered, and it passed the wheel around test, so that's a good thing, because if I couldn't wheel my Bluetti around on the cart, basically protected like that, well, this all would have been pointless, and I would have had to rethink something. But here we go. What I have this set up for is there's a wooden butcher block up on top of the Bluetti, and of course I could place these towels or these coverings however I want. See? There's a nice block there. Really is a nice block. Got it from Amazon. It's a bamboo butcher block, but it's 1 inch thick, and I could really raise or lower that depending on how many towels or rags I put under there. This is a nice top. I like it. All my audio gear and stuff like that's in metal boxes, and I don't think would get along with the charging ports. If we take off the wood block, we can see there are the 2 charging ports that I'm covering up, but more importantly, you can see I've got 2 straps on this side and 2 straps on this side that are flat, so I could put my block right on top, and here it's good and solid, and the straps do not interfere with me putting that wooden block on top. Yeah, sorry about the shake there, people, but we are out in the grass, and the camera is handheld. You can see I've got it tied down here. I've got 4 ropes, okay? 1 rope for each of the green straps, and I've got 2 ropes up front here through the holes here, and if we turn this around, we can see I've got 2 tie-down ropes in back here, okay? So there's 2 tie-down ropes in back. So you can see on the side of the Bluetti, I've got these 2 flat straps. They got a little bit of flex in them, which is a good thing, I think. Okay, and I've got these rings here, these metal rings. Okay, and actually I have a clippy thing here, whatever they call these things, to hold the 2 rings together to keep the ropes from separating, or this from separating, and the Bluetti coming out this way. So this is kind of locking the Bluetti in. Yeah, it's not very tight, and I could tighten it up. Of course I can tighten these ropes tighter and stuff, but I'm just checking it out this way. Okay, if I need to take the unit off the cart and put it away, all I have to do is untie this and untie this and the other 2 on the other side, and it's ready to go. I can lift it off. These green straps would basically stay in place, so all I have to do is untie these knots and lift the Bluetti off the cart and do whatever I wanted to do with it. So here's a look at the tie down on the other side. Same thing, just 2 knots, 2 metal rings, and these straps. Okay, these straps might stay on the Bluetti like forever now. because they provide a tie down point with these rings. If you can see, these green steps and these rings are kind of combined. So all I do is secure it with this rope, and by how tight I make the rope is how tight I can secure this thing down. Of course, the Blue Yeti works. It's down to only 99% charge because I've been using it a little. Of course I've been checking it out. Okay, and I actually ran some LED lights, my LED lights off of this Blue Yeti. Okay, and that worked, but of course since we're out here in the sunshine, it's kind of pointless for me to show you the LED lights lit up. But yeah, so there's my mobile power. In use, I would put this wooden butcher block on top. It's actually a nice smooth block, and I got lucky. It's the exact dimensions of the Blue Yeti. I think it's 16 inches across and like 11 inches deep, which pretty much matches the Blue Yeti dimensions. Whatever the Blue Yeti is, this wooden block matches. So I can also cover up the block with a rag. I've got a whole bag full of rags, you know me and a bag of rags. A lot of times what I do is I'll put my equipment out and cover it with a black cloth like this to actually to prevent it from distracting people, because the black cloth is kind of makes the equipment invisible. Not really, but people just don't stare at it as much as when it's covered with a cloth like that. So, and theoretically, I could probably take a towel and cover up the Blue Yeti unit itself. There's fan openings here, which I could unblock or block depending on needed. I could fold this cloth up so it doesn't block the cloths, so it doesn't block the fans. But since it's just a piece of cloth, obviously I can fold it and twist it and put it however I want. So here's the big Ziploc bag. I forget what Ziploc calls this. Some kind of tout or whatever. Ziploc flexible totes. There you go. Okay. But of course, I use the Ziploc bags for probably anything but what they were intended for. So there you go. I covered it back up with the Ziploc tote, and the tote actually fits pretty nice for just grabbing an off-the-shelf store product. The Ziploc tote here works pretty nice. Of course, it's straightened out, but you can see it goes all the way down the back. And the whole point of this would be to protect this from the rain or snow or whatever I'm out in that day. And I could probably leave it covered, because you can see there's actually a pretty good distance here, several inches between that and the side of the unit, so the fans could still work. My thought here is I could leave it covered and just plug items in if it's inclement weather, and run that way under the cover. But we'll see. You know, there's thoughts and plans, and then there's actually real world when you get out in the real world and test it. Of course, we are, if you look around, out in the real world. We're in my private forest area, so there you go. And that's pretty much exactly where the Blue Yeti is going to be used, is out in the land where there is no power.